going on, MSFers? STUMP here, back here with another video, and today we're talking about Cosmic Crucible Week 2 defense. And yeah, after going 0-3 and getting my my face punched multiple times by that abomination that is Room 6, I decided to pivot, make some changes so we're able to take on Room 6, that Emma, Gore, Black Knight, Mephisto, Odin thing that people were putting in there without losing too much on defense. So we were contending with that. That's what was one of my main goals. And I also wanted to get a little bit craftier with my defense as well. So now I know a lot of you guys have been pretty sour on Cosmic Crucible lately because of overpowered, and I completely get that. So if you guys are looking at another game, possibly anything like that, potentially quitting, I would suggest Raid Shadow Legends. I'm dead serious. It's a hero collector game, just like Marvel Strike Force is. But honestly, it's a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a pay-to-play terrible experience. And honestly, I've been having so much fun in this game. And this has been really scratching that PvE itch that Marvel Strike Force has not been scratching for over 4 years now. And the PvP content is not bad either, honestly. I haven't gotten to real live arena yet. Once I get there, that's going to be the bulk of the PvP content. But I am having an absolute blast. Make sure you check out this channel. Make sure you click the link down below to get started off the right way. You're going to get an epic character in Zargala. You're also going to get another epic support character at level 15 named Ugo, who's one of the best support characters in the game in the epic tier. You're also going to get a bunch of silver. You're going to get a bunch of potions. You're going to get a lot of free stuff. There's free legendaries going around. There's promo codes as well. Supreme 6, Monkey King, that get you S tier legendaries right when you start the game. So that's the time to do it if you are looking for a new game. I have been having a lot of fun. But let's get back to my defense. So again, made some changes. I think every single room is different except for room 3. So we'll talk about that one first. Toxic. So it's the same BS. It's the Retaliate room. I haven't seen anything better in here go into this. I really, this room kind of sucks, honestly. It would be cool if we had like true like S tier tanks that we could just throw 5 tanks in here and just soak up efficiency and watch the enemy die. That'd be really funny. I know there was like that Gladiator, Super Scroll, Agatha leader combo going around during Ultimate 32, but I think losing like Night Stalkers, Super Scroll, and Cabal and Annihilators all to one room is a little bit too much of a detriment for when it's 6 rooms on defense. So I'm just keeping this. It's boring, but it's definitely, it's still doing things. It's still a team that somebody has to look out for, especially if it's a larger team. Mine is overpowered 9 and 8 for a lot of characters because I didn't take them up to 105. Vision is 105, so there is that. But yeah, nothing crazy there. Room number 5, we had Phoenix Force in here last week, but Phoenix Force and Old Man Logan are a must for offense, is what I am seeing. And realizing that they are absolutely a necessity for offense, especially because a lot of people are using Odin on defense. And Old Man Logan indirectly counters Odin very well, actually, because he stops the charge mechanic for Odin, as long as Odin is the highest damage chargeable character, which he always is, and as long as Odin is specialing before Old Man Logan takes a turn, which he almost always is because Old Man Logan's not getting turn meter or anything like that, so it works out really well. So we're just going to put in Nightcrawler, Gambit, pretty much Extreme with Rogue. We're just going to throw this in here. It's not going to stop anything. It's not anything crazy, but you did see me lose to one because I tried New Warriors, and I lost because Gambit was overpowered by New Warriors Warrant. So maybe I'll take up Gambit to 105. I probably won't, though, because we got Vigilante to build and all that stuff, and I'm about to get Daredevil already. So, yeah, that's probably not happening, but it's a nice thought. So, another kind of throwaway room, but the next 4 are going to be the rooms that are really going to help out your defense a bunch. Next up, room 2. Kahori is still bugged in this room, and what's happening is Kahori is doing her passive, like, twice on spawn, and then she's taking, like, 4 or 5 turns in a row, which is kind of hilarious, especially because we told them about the issue and they just didn't fix it. So Kahori on defense here is kind of nuts. So I'm running Kahori with Liberty, and Liberty is also very good, especially because they have new stats. So in this room, they're pretty good because they get the 100% extra damage. This is pretty much forcing Immortal X-Men to come in here, which is fine by me because then they won't have Immortal X-Men for some of my other rooms, which I think is going to be interesting. So if they do try to use Immortal here, okay. It's probably going to work, and it's probably going to work pretty well, but that's fine because I'm not using Liberty on offense, and I noticed I really don't need Kahori on offense, so throwing this in here, fine by me. I did try to throw Noir in here as a 5th, but it's whenever the enemy takes their first turn is when Joaquin's passive pops off and gives that immunity, speed up, all that kind of stuff. So it's not on you any first turn. So yeah, I'm just trying to force Immortal in here, essentially. Just trying to force Immortal in here, and that's pretty much what's going to happen, which is fine by me. Then we're going to go to, let's go to room 4, Supercharged. So we're changing this one up a decent amount. You've probably seen this one hanging around a little bit. So what a lot of people were doing was using Proxima in this room because Proxima spawns with speed up. So Proxima would spawn with speed up, which means when she ults turn 1 very, very quickly, also because of the room rules, she is going to spread speed up to all adjacent allies, spreading those positive effects. So essentially making Super Skrull get speed up and Thanos get speed up. So when you look at this room, you immediately think, I'm going to use Immortal X-Men here. Guess what? No, you're not, because you are going to run into a Proxima ult. In this case, you're going to run into a Pav ult. Then it's going to be a Super Skrull ult. Then it's going to be a Thanos ult. And then it's going to be your team is deleted and gone. So a pretty nasty combo. My Thanos and Super Skrull are not gear tier 20, so no overpowered for me, which is why I have Pav in here, because Pav is actually going to do damage with his ultimate. Crazy concept, I know. But he's still very, very strong. He's also going to put vulnerables out there with his passive, so his striker attack is going to be hitting into vulnerables as well. So with him, plus a Thanos ult, plus a Super Skrull ult, back to back to back, somebody's dying. And Pav also puts a defense down out there as well. So they're going to take a metric boatload of damage. So that's what I'm looking forward to here. It's going to be really interesting to see what somebody tries to come up with in here, especially if they don't have Kahori on offense. So I'm curious to see what they end up trying to use in this room here. Obviously, Starjammers will roll this because they stop the speed up, but if they try to run a Starjammers in here, I am A-okay with that. All right, let's go into room number 1, and that's right, we're going to run Illuminati, Dorm, and Zugs in here. So this is essentially forcing a Starjammers in here if they don't want to use some sort of like Old Man Logan Superior 6 combo, but even then the Old Man Logan won't work because I have two diamonds striker on Dormammu, so he's going to have more damage than Shuri by like 500, which is really funny. And it's going to mean that Old Man Logan is going to stop the charges on Dormammu here. We also have a pre-taunt in here to make sure that they can't just Odin this, or they can't just like Mephisto this or anything. And even if they Mephisto this, I'm A-okay with that too, because that means they don't have Mephisto in room 6 with that terrible room, and they don't have it anywhere else, and then they're using it here. So fine by me. If not, they're going to have to do a pretty annoying sack into this with like Infinity Watch Black Cat, stop the revives, Moondragon sack, and then come back in with Superior 6. But even then, if you're losing a fight to this, that's a win in my book, so I'll take it. I'm curious to see what people try to do here that might not be the Starjammers team. People might try like Astral Dorm to one-shot this, especially with Overpowered. That could do really, really well, so be interesting to see. And then last, but certainly not least, the room that everybody has been loving, and honestly, I really love this room. I also wanted to preface this with people were saying that Nightcrawler and Apocalypse are bugged in this room, and I want to kind of dispel that rumor because it is very, very wrong. So Apocalypse and Nightcrawler have a specific line in their kit that the speed of this character and each ally can only be reduced by slow, which means if you have Apocalypse on your team or Nightcrawler, you are effectively stopping that room rule from working. So you see here, it's the exact same thing. The speed of this character and each ally can only be reduced by slow. So that is stopping the room rules from working. So if we look at them here, characters with speed up gain negative 50% speed. So obviously they're not gaining the negative 50% speed because Nightcrawler and APOC or APOC passive will stop that. So you don't have to worry about that at all, which is pretty awesome. So that's really, really, really cool. I like that because it actually works correctly. So for room 6, here's what we're going to be running. That's right. We are keeping Odin for offense because Odin is going to be one of the best ways to take out this room, even if there's an Odin in here. Now, yes, I know, Odin, overpowered, scary, crazy, right? Yes, that's still a thing. Guess what? It's in the game. There's nothing we can do about it. That is still going to be an issue. But if you have your own Odin, even if he's not gear tier 20, it's going to do great things against this room because what's going to happen is you're going to be able to use your Odin, your Old Man Logan, your Phoenix Force +1, and you're going to be able to do very well because Old Man Logan is going to stop the charges, all that kind of stuff there. So I've got this room here, pre-taunt here to stop any sort of cheese like Starjammers to try to stun Mephisto here because Havoc is at 128 speed and Mephisto's at 127. So we still will have Havoc going before Mephisto. So we do need a pre-taunt. Emma is going to stop that turn meter, or not the turn meter. Emma's going to stop the speed stat gain that Starjammers get. So the only person that's going to go before this entire team is going to be Havoc. After that, Gore, Null, and Mephisto will be going, and Emma. They're all at 127. Gore's at 129, though, so this is a really fast room here. And this is going to cause a lot of problems. They're not going to be able to bring their own Mephisto in here because I have Null. APOC doesn't do much because of the room rules. So I'm curious to see if this holds as well as the Odin version. Without Odin, obviously it won't because Odin's just such a nuisance. But I think this will still cause somebody to want to do a sack in here to take out the Emma and then run Starjammers in here to beat this, which is still a win in my books because when you look at 4, you kind of want a Starjammers 4, and you look at 1, and you really want a Starjammers 1. So that's forcing them to not be able to use Starjammers in 6, and they're going to have to brute force it. Again, if they don't have Odin on offense, that's going to be a detriment. That's going to be hard to do, and that's going to be really annoying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys got something good from this. We are attempting not to go 0-3 and get absolutely smacked out of Grandmasters immediately, and I can't even say that was because of overpowered because it was not. Also, for those of you guys who have Professor X on your rosters now, don't bother putting... you can keep Odin on defense in 6 because guess what? Professor X on offense just bends it over. Absolutely destroys it. So, yeah, if you're facing a Professor X, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, but if you put Professor X on defense, you're kind of an idiot. Just throwing that out there now. Do not put Professor X on defense. You will regret it. There are one-shots to Professor X when he's on defense. Don't do it. Or do it if you're in my bracket. Shout out to my bracket. Shout out to Ada, Rewiz, Name, Rhyme, Deku, Abrakush, that's a word, and then Rizzle. So if you're on my bracket, put Professor X on defense. That'd be hilarious. I will one-shot it and laugh all the way to the bank. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.